Sorry for the long wait, everyone. I was grabbing a quick bite to eat. Ugh, okay. Let's get over to here. Here we are. Hi, everybody. I like messing around with my hands. It's fun. Wait. Okay. So, things may be a little bit scuffed up today. And me starting late is partially because of this reason. I canceled my Spotify Premium because I'm paying for YouTube Premium, which comes with YouTube Music, and I found a way to transfer all my shit, so I don't think it necessarily matters. Or I don't think it makes sense for me to have YouTube Music or Spotify if I have YouTube Music, but also completely ignore that sound alerts thing. What is that emo warden? I don't like how he stares at me. But, so I switched over everything, including the music for OBS, but it was so damn annoying because OBS, wasn't capturing the audio for YouTube Music for some reason, and then YouTube Music would stop and replay the song after 4 damn seconds had played. So, it was a bit of a, shit is chaotic over there. Where is it from? From Space Boy? Oh, okay. That is such a weird emo. I don't like how he stares at me. But so I switched everything over, and then I realized there's an issue with my microphone. I looked up a fix, and it's like, if you have an Audio Technica mic, that's the problem. And I looked at it, and I was like, well, mine's an Audio Technica. And then they said you gotta install it via the little drop-down menu you can bring up, but I found out that they don't have that anymore. So it turns out it was just a Firefox issue. Every day, I learned that Firefox is just gatekept from everything. So, yeah. But I got it fixed because I just moved. I just opened Chrome, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna move back over to Chrome or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh. Firefox user spotted. Well, it worked really well, and then as time went on, it just kept getting more and more gate kept. Part of it was that it wasn't Chrome and it was doing good, but you know, Chrome, Google has a monopoly on all things internet, so, or Microsoft has a monopoly on all things internet, so, or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just frustrated. But we're here for some Manderville quest lines. I don't know how long we'll go. It'll probably be a shorter stream today. Purely because I'm just irritated and starting late. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, okay. So let's get YouTube, or let's just switch over here. And then wait a second. Okay. I gotta get the thing. Oh, let me switch over to my streaming box. And then gaming screen. Nope. Game capture. That's it. Final Fantasy 14. There we go. I'm doing the Manderville dance. Oh, I love that dance so much. All right, but let's get the music going. Warden, tell me if the music is too loud or not once I finally get it going, because it can be a little bit hard to tell. Where the hell did my cursor go? Okay, because I can't hear it like I did with Spotify on my end, so it's a little bit hard to tell. Okay, but let's get going. I should get rid of the Spotify capture. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Okay. So, Inspector's log. I've arrived in Costa del Sol, somewhere in the realm. The masked fiend pursues sets a leering eye on a poor, defenseless young maiden. A case that cries out for a gentleman inspector, if there ever were one. Employing my own stupendous powers of disguise, I have concealed myself among a group of brass blades, hoping to ascertain the identity of the lapsed maiden. Mentioned by the thief. Thus far, I have gleaned little save for war stories and tales of drinking prowess, but I am certain it's only a matter of time before the answer is within my grasp. Okay. Let's find her. Alright, so we gotta go over there. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter of the Mithra Eye. If I might, have just a moment of... Ah, yes, the two gills sensationalist rag. Ooh, he does not like them. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter's in danger, I can assure you your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my, Arabella safe to this, day to see her whisked away from me by some, fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. These guys look like dweebs. Brass Blades is, the Blast Bait. Let me restart. Brass Blades of Cabrera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them caused a man's heart to burst just by looking, at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief would be his last. If the thief is oogling to allow himself to be seen, or do those, Oh, okay, it changed voices. I was like, why is he being critical all of a sudden? If the thief is, obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous. Consulting Inspector Briarden, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my, is it renege or renege? To renege on my word would have dire implications for my family trade. My proposal is a simple one. The first I think, renege. Alright. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Is the music too loud at all, Warden, or is it just fine? Not sounds great. Okay. Because since it's playing on my browser, I can't, like, ignore it or anything. So I can lower it in OBS, but it, like, I'll still hear it as volume-wise on my end, so it's a little bit hard to tell. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever hint. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. Oof. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has built modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. I'm not quite sure if his line of thinking is actually that accurate. We've only seen this person in action once. Sure, the treat... Okay. Why are my hands doing that? Sure, we've seen them in action like once or twice, but like we've only seen them steal something from us once. So it's a little bit hard to tell. Okay. If my hands would stop glitching out, that would be great. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having a... Oh, wait. Wrong voice. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vanis, would be an obvious target for a thief, so too would his father, Morgant. Yalto Nalto and his, wife, Sidana, the guests of honor, will have a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Gurgurumu himself. Finally, we have Lewinhart, the steward of Gurgurumu's estate, and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maid himself, have assembled in Casa del Sol. Doubtless the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. Now, what's to say, Briarden, that you're not the thief? I'm so happy I can do this with my hands. What's to say, good sir? We'll begin questioning the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you report back to me at once. Oh. Damn. Hildebrand Manderville, I can smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. Pleasure's all mine, contriving Inspector Briarden. Forgive me not to reveal myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet, to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease, yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor, as only a Manderville man can. Oh my god. He does realize there's a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past. He's not even... Wait, does... trying to think. For a second, I thought she was looking straight at his ass. For a second, I thought so too. But a fair maiden's virtue mayhap her very life is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless, not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you must do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may not be asking much, do try not to do anything stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Alright. Goes outside Costa del Sol, he says. Doesn't even go out the damn gates. You've come excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to the more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but that will... Excuse me, motherfucker! Ugh. How dare he? How dare he call me unremarkable? But it will suffice. Now answer me this, Quake. You, were there when the Phantom Thief, in guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the Tree Blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Huh. That is for me to know. The perfect mannerisms. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows them to change appearance at will, and yet, like you, this was a secondary concern to me. From movement to mannerisms, to that utterly ridiculous, obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Dorilda, he was her. Such a feat cannot be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We were dealing with a clever and thorough criminal, not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise. Okay, this music is a little bit loud for me. It's making it hard to focus. Let me just lower it just a smidge. There we go. And then I'll bump it up for you guys just a smidge. I'll go just a bit higher. Okay. Yeah, it was a little hard for me to hear what I was saying, so I was like, I gotta turn that shit down. Okay. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived in Casa del Sol 3 days ago when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief time, more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our Phantom Quake. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? Ooh. Probably... Probably a brass blade. Because you're close enough to watch, but you're a guard, so no one really goes out of their way to talk to you. And then you can move on from there. Probably brass blade. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation, to scare away men who would Scare away anyone who would draw close enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry to Casa del Sol for any man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. A little to my surprise, I learned there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security details, each of the brass... Bleh. Ooh, Ruby music. Yes. You can't go wrong with Ruby music. The man can tell us if his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin to search on the outskirts of Casa del Sol, which means he's on the outskirts of Casa del Sol. Let's see, where am I supposed to go? Okay. Yeah, here's the thing that struck me, which I think is interesting. The thief came in not only acting completely like Dorilda, but also dressing completely like her too. So there is a level of disguise there as well. Excellent. You're one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods, please. Free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There, now, tell me all you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived at Casa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Guguremu gave each of us our orders, who would be looking after and like that, and the like. He had mine to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped of my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you, you may say you received orders from Master Guguremu, who was to be your charge. My memory's hazy, but one of Morgant, father of the groom, and the other was a Lalafell gent from Limsa. Yalto Noto. Now try to your best to remember, were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes, there was also the steward, Lowenhart. Or Lewenhart. I was to review him with the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Right, Yalto and Lewenhart. Thank you for an incompetent fool. Your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. Okay. Briarden? Why do you have to be such an asshole? I shall see this man back to the city and into possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Casa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of gods, just make sure the imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Okay. I have been caught. Wow. Wow. Okay. So now we go over here. Talk to Hildebrand. Not... Okay. There you are, friend. Not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, what did you and your Inspector Briarden Avenue, I felt that one coming. Tell me, did your Inspector in Briarden Avenue, Avenue of Inquiry bear fruit? Thank you, Warden. Morgan Ialto Nato and the steward Learnhardt, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. Sure, bro. Sure you did. Lapis made in danger. We cannot afford a moment's delay. Aye, Hildebrand. shall have our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha, if he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. I love it, Ellie's like, really? Really? um, just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask off your face and reveal you for the rogue you are. Off to Morgan's we go. Somebody's honking their horn outside. Okay, so you can hear that. There's like a big rig. There's like a construction zone next to my house right now. And people are like, I don't know if it's one of those, but it's so annoying. Step back, friend. The man who pursued a criminal, we pursue as a criminal mastermind. The mere slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our lives in danger. But we have no less to fear. Miss Ellie, ready your quill, that you may record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manderville Man of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my leaders less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey with our web of words, leading to his inevitable demise. Also, if you're curious where this song is from, it's from Suzume, I think. Made by the same people who made Your Name and Weathering with You, I believe. It's a really good movie. Good morning, Master Gurgu. I hate this guy's name. Gurguremu. And a fine morning it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter. Just who in the Seven Hills are you, anyway? Guards! Guards! Now hold your chocobos, Guguremu. I recognize this lad. This is Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry and Inspector Extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of a phantom thief, Avia? I reckon, we owe the man a gratitude. Eh, Vance? The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she is worthy of me after all. Wow. That one sentence told me everything I need to know about him. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effort. Fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. Oof. That's me, Vance. Ever calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Bruguiere Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or family, should I say. Which reminds me, Master Vance, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you in the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It's not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. I don't know if the groom is meant to be an asshole, or if he's the thief. But either way, this guy's an asshole. The time-honored Manderville art of parley, we'd be sleeping with the fishes. Now, had Morgan not spoke up on your behalf, that said, nothing about the interaction between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Let's not rush conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Oops. I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn trust of the families before confronting Yalto Nato and Lewenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Alright, let's go this way. I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Alder Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might say we are the East Alder Trading Company. Ha ha ha. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana, here's, no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. Or no offense intended, my dear. Wow. Wow. Wow, you did that. Good lord, wow, okay. I'm thinking everybody here is, horrible. Ugh. And this is, oh, but what are my manners? Yalto, all of the speech is throwing me for a loop. Yalto of the Brugire Consortium, and this is me wife, Sainana, and I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and the joining together of family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time, with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of... You have heard of the Mandragoras, have you? Haven't you? But of course, I once spent a year putting body and mind with the fist of Ralger. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra wasits a day. And your foodstuffs were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithra Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot there. Rumor has it that they'll not rest till every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they even struck at the larder here a few days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sainana. Forgive me, wife. She was always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare my speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy. None of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there's a will, a gentleman will find a way. Come now, Shu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. A sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. Not sure that captures the inspector's intended meaning. That meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briarden will be back any moment now. He is not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs. of which Master Lewinhart spoke. Should we find any contradiction in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Bryden will be back before long. Come now, Shu, this is no time for delay. Okay. Inspect the supplies. Ooh, another Ruby song. I think the last one was too. They just have food supplies sitting right next to the freaking water. That doesn't seem very, very good. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man, Lewinhart, spoke true. Ye gods! Ye gads! Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see. And those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Nashu, far be it for me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time. I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on your notes like the astute assistant that you are. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briarden is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he here to chance upon the scene, he would invariably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briarden. Explode. A fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh, don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But, Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briarden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Quick and I will see the inspector keeps a wide berth at the beach. You two get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return to your creations once Inspector Briarden has been led safely from the scene. Investigations calls us. We must heed his call. Oh, he was totally about to show up, too. So Hildebrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Indeed, but enough about Hildebrand. Quick and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should get somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea. Ah, yes. Just by that spot, just over there by the crates should suffice. There, of all places, but surely we can find somewhere more scenic. I am not here on vacation. I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some privacy. Yes, Inspector, privacy, indeed. Bloody hells, don't worry, Quake. I'll figure some way to lead him clear of the bombs. Oh, this is going swimmingly. Ugh. Just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we could go someplace warm. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of the brass plate attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgan, Yaltonato, and Lewenhart. 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Are you 2 listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Perhaps we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there is no need. Wait here and I shall build us a fire. Methinks the inspector has taken leave of this nonsense. The chance to locate suitable kindling of these barren shores is infinitesimal. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just so happen to have some flint in my possession. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insights, Inspector. I must record these for posterity. Whee! It's flying! Oh, God. What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. They freaking apologized. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual card's doubtless just idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give him hope, he of many faces will laugh last. It's not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm. It's more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what of this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page? Confounding Inspector Briarden will meet a fiery demise. Oh no, he got scared. Come on, you got this. Oh, he landed so far. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, and then Ashu's gonna sneeze. Oh my god. You you saw through the fiend's ruse. But how? Alright, let's call it a reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? Ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear? You have my gratitude. Oh my god. Hildebrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught about the fiend who made his ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance, yes, vigilance is the order of the day. And what in the name of the gods? Thaw's teeth! Those vegetables cost a fortune and they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in gall. Clearly, he doesn't know that it was the thief who just tried to murder everybody. Oh, okay. Let me just throw something in there. Okay. Speak with Lewinhart. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone okay? Fear not. The friend's heartless attempts on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not... the fiend's heartless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremu bids the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Gods, this is no thief. This is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove difficult. Those crates contain imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particular short supplies these days. What in the man... what with the Mandragoras at large, even if I were to order those immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. Mandragoras, you say? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was the imports of the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was deep purple. Methinks not, you dost worry too much, Lesser Lewinhart. Our course of action is clear. We shall storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, rather bloodthirsty band of killers, given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Jabara proved unable to resist them. Oh, a formidable foe indeed. We're only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking out taking on fearsome enemies with not a shred of concern for his own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You are truly a godsend adventurer. Sunmile of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of the current whereabouts, it would be him. With those ingredients, Master Guguremu is to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. Gentleman would never let his comrade face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together. Alright, Limsa, lower decks. I need to add more to this playlist. There's not a whole lot to it yet. Need to remember that my jamming playlist tends to have everything in there. All right. And then we wait but a second for things to load. There they are. Okay. If you've come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late, as it were. As were we, blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you have mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah, is the thrill of chasing not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by the fisherman's bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us be swift. Let us be swiftly on our way. Speak with the tiny trader in Aleport. Okay. Alright, let's go and talk to the tiny trader. Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or something like that. Think I jest to you? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye, as did mine. My, by the time I regained my wits, they'd already set sail on my ship and my enemy livelihood. I'm ruined. Ruined. If I ever see another bleeding onion till the end of me days, it'd be too soon. Tiny Trader would ask you to save the realm from Festal Scourge. To hear most say it, the Mandragoras are nasty lot. right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, fiend, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing, the fellow Franz from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes the old vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with the demon's friction. I could have swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord which fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you, could it be, the adventurer which bested the thieving duelist in single combat? Are you the one who bested the duelist? Yes. Bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelist traveled with the demon bird whose crow could split open the heavens? But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if you don't nip this revolution in the bud, and I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go and uproot them, for the harvest comes. Many a case I have solved in my day, but I've, not matched a witch with a sentient plant before. This should prove quite exhilarating to the Isles of Umbra. Is this gonna be a dungeon? Where am I supposed to go? Ferry docks. Isle of Umbra. Along? Yes. Okay. Bam, bam. Oh. Feel hostile gaze upon you. Let's just keep running. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. That's a praying mantis? Oh my god. Okay. Nothing? Alright. Oh god, Hildebrand, what happened? Fiend, my pursuit of the Mandragoras has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here. Somewhere. Actually... Claim the food stuff. So, it is... Where am I? Okay, what? Reclaim foodstuffs from... Okay, I'm confused. Something's not popping up for me. So I'm just gonna beat the crap out of them. Ooh, that's not good. Get me out of here. Oh my god. 2, 1. Okay. Okay. Alright, almost there. Alright, deliver foodstuffs to Costa del Sol. Alright. Lowenhart. You return. I feared you might end up a nasty snack for crazed head of a cabbage. Alright, hand over. The stolen foodstuffs. You saved my hide today. Oh, but you must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Karumu is quite particular about his seasonings. Oh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable case was an unpleasant diversion, but, it is time we returned on the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us. Core, the peppers have changed colors! What's this? The peppers possess the same power disguised as our many-faced foe? The gentleman needs to investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple Master Lowenhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate? But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant purplish blue. Or bluish purple? The two colors are quite similar when you think about it. These peppers are a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, you were wearing a particular sort of eyewear at the time. Yep. The charade is up after the man! It was as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu, the fiend must be brought to justice. And then fly off in that direction. Oop, he's down here. You can run, but you cannot. Ha ha ha, if you thought you could outsprint this Manderville Man, you are sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against law-abiding citizens in Eorzea, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Done in by a snipper, fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let us see what lies behind the mask. He doesn't have a mask, this is actually him. Where am I? Who are you? Ha, playing fool, avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I must find her at once. Oh, my head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Lewinhart. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant, he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he cannot foresee this turn of events. It is unlikely that he had time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We simply need to return to Casa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, I shall accompany Lowenhart back to the estate. That might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. Uh-oh. They angy. I have found you, my little ones. Let me guess. You seethed with anger of those which took what was yours. Oh, they're so cute. It appears our goals are in accord. Make for Casa del Sol. Await my orders. When the time is nigh, revenge will be yours. The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Speak with Arabella in Wineport. Ugh. Ugh. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once. Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I just want to see the flowers. Lovely though these flowers may be, there are unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Please call me Hildy. Pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true? I fear they are, Miss Arabella, but still your gentle heart, for as long as Hildebrand is on the case, the fiend may not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name. The gods smile on me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? Tell you the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vans. Why, I have not even met him. Sent me a clasp as a betrothal gift, a treasure for my treasure. Wear it always. The message said, I do not care how beautiful it is, it might as well be a golden shackle. Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. Let the woman speak. Arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable. Father says this marriage must happen. That is for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don, but if I may be so bold, my lady, would I be correct in assuming you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me among the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin as well, though as a servant rather than a son. You may think father a cold, miserly man, but to me, the man who... he's the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vans if it will make father happy. You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with a whole life ahead of you. Surely you have to look far... You would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days. If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Casa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation is going. I, as well, prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. Not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon return to Casa del Sol, I shall employ my time-tested Manderville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis the art that I would impart to you as well, friend. Though there will be time enough for that once the foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella safe. No doubts, it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations, or failing that, to serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. As the gentleman must away to Casa del Sol, the fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me. A case of indecency. All right. Oh, is he right here? Inspector Bryden, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? Canvass the grounds, but the guards are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her state, I hear. I suppose we'll soon enough find out if her beauty is truly a match for our own. There's no time without the thief in custody. We cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But Inspector, Vance and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. This is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something. But me? What do you propose? You're an expert at creating diversions. You can't just knock something over, blow something up, or like you always do. Inspector Briarden, I knew the day would come when you'd recognize my many talents. Oh, and I accidentally skipped that. Recognize my talents. Worry not about Mr. Vans. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what he must. What must needs be done. Alright, I'm gonna switch to different playlists, because this playlist is a little bit quiet. Let's go to favorites and shuffle. We've already heard this one, so let's skip it. We'll do that. We'll do this one. Okay. Perfect. Quick. Find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Oh. Slappa's maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing, but certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you please. What? Okay. Then... Greetings, friend. Oh, what is this you have for me? Servant's garb, but why? Miss Arabella, the thief is still at large. The risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into those clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony, father will be furious and will advance. We are dealing with the man who tried to blast me to the heavens and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You only need to concern yourself with your own safety. If you do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella, your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. Lewin, if father heard you say such things, God, almost, I should have said them long ago, but by not doing so, I have put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one but two skilled inspectors on the case. It should not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well, I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Quick, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he could get. Now, let us return to the festivities. Let's return before the festivities begin. Alright, and now we head back. Ah, you returned. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanes at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with this, but worry not, I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vanes before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briarden and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities? Well, here we go. Curses. How am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Fans, family, business associates, it is an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Casa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugire Consortium and the East Aldenard Trading Company. We trust you've been enjoying the fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. Laughs maiden, even if half the trails of beauty are true, Van's the luckiest bastard in the realm. And that's Yalto Nato, Seinana, honored guests, it is a pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vance, future chair of the Brugire Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gurgurmare of the East Aldenard Trading Company. The company would exchange their eternal vows ere today, and the happiness that is that theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. He's wearing gloves! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. Damn you, Hildebrand Manderville, you had one job. Oh, he's wearing it. He's wearing the dress. She's beautiful. Enjoying, were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride after all. My lady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray, give your hand unto me. The sun, the stars, yes, 1,000 times yes, I am yours, and shall be evermore. What have you done with my pride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I intended, but I suppose it serves our purpose. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend now lies defenseless before me. The game is up, Vanes, or should I call you by another name, thief of many faces? Me, the thief? Are you mad? Fears my masterful deductions have been proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are two men here in Casa del Sol who have gazed upon her lovely visage today, her father, Gugurumu, and her steward, Aloneheart. As you have yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vanes, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride to be today. Considered in this light, would you not have said your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces. And anyone else with half their wits about them. Oh, okay, that song's really quiet. Let's bump it up just slightly. There we go, okay. How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day. Guards, arrest that pervert at once, lock him up in the gall, and throw away the key. Arabella, oh thank goodness you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. Oh, that was a rather forceful grab. The glyph on his right hand, could it be? Ah, the man is a fool, but it would behoove you to listen to him. Alas, you did not. What is yours is now mine. Stop the thief! Stop wasting your time with the imbecile, and arrest him! Came all this way for me? You love me. You really, really love me. The attention is most flattering, but I have taken what I came for. And now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. Well, that was a failure. Here, the real Vance was found bound and gagged in the storeroom. Truly, Miss Arabella, I'm sorry. What for, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I could have ever hoped for. Vance and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. Perhaps that is for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy, living by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildebrand, who taught me this lesson. Oh my god! For the love of God, somebody find him a change of clothes. One thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would seal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end, he only took her neck piece. Guys! Like, I feel like he took her, like, ugh, okay. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Not that you mentioned it, it was Master Guguremu who told me the clasp when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, the one most treasured pieces of the Brugire collection, known as Azuma's Virtue. The Maiden's Virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Here comes the card. Where's the card gonna come from? It killed the poor guy. Over here, Inspector, it said, made you look. The fiend placed us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. Nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend had attempted murder once. He may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of thousand faces. You sealed your fate. When you called me out by name, mark my words. When next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, that was the Phantom. It was the Phantom Thief who had to blame for that, but I'm truly, indubitably a Phantom Thief. Most certainly. Ha 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 ha. All right, let's see the preview. The parlay minigame. Entertain yourself with as many Manderville Man as before you by opening toad chest within any room. Huh. So that's what that does. To the victor goes the priceless treasure. Smile. Champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville Man triumph over terrors and win the day? The Colosseum Conundrum. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait. It's a real key and a figurative one? If the next time is at the same time, is that even possible? Guess we'll find out next time. These popular Eorzean pastimes. Alright, well, I can definitely tell that the next one takes place during Shadowbringers. Because this one, like, I've heard that they, like, do animation tests and stuff during the Hildebrand questline that leads into the next expansion. And that snap that the thief did was the same one from a certain character from Shadowbringers. Which means that the next one takes place, or was released during Shadowbringers, which means it's going to have stuff for Endwalker. I'm excited. Alright, that's probably going to be it for me today. I had fun. Here, let's do that. That was fun, but I am tired and hungry and all of that. Should I... Let's see, who's online right now? Let's see. Let's see. You know what? Nobody I want to raid is online right now. Well, I might be back tomorrow and do some more Final Fantasy. Same with Sunday. Monday will be Mass Effect. Here, let me just mute that and then put that there. Okay. Monday will be Mass Effect 3, and next week I won't be here on Wednesday because I will be out of town. But on Friday I should be back with more Mass Effect. And possibly Thursday night, depending on when I get back, but I don't know. But it was tons of fun to play. It was, like, really fun. I do think I liked the first couple missions more than I liked this one. There's more comedy to it. This one was still pretty funny, though. It had its moments. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, and I will see you all next time.